When you see the beautiful trees and that drive and just the mountains, it makes you into a calmer person. And that's what if you want to come be at peace, then you should come here.
Just sometimes getting in the car, or better still the bicycle or on foot, and walking some of the roadways in Washington County is a thrill.
Well, Washington County, if you don't know, is God's country. It's a beautiful place.
Anytime I visit, driving through Washington County has inspired a whole other series of work, and just based in movement and travel.
Oh, because it's beautiful. There's no Walmarts, there's no BJ's, there's hardly any liquor stores.
But there's nothing like it in the world.
It's the place where you kind of find genius around the next turn in the road. And it really is true. You can be driving through the beauty of the landscape and suddenly find the people who are here also being inspired by that beauty.
I'll start with the idea and then find the pieces to build the idea. Other times I find a piece and I start thinking, you know, like I might have this doll leg and say, well, what can I do with that?
There's definitely like a free spirit here that you kind of can't not notice.
What matters is that you do it, and it's there, and that's the most. It's your process. It's for your soul.
What our job is to create gravity. You produce enough, and you continue producing. The area gets weighed down with our creative production, and it pulls everything into us. So that's what we do.
You get a lot of people that are coming from like spaces like New York City where you don't have this space, this capacity to do something like this. And you get that mixed in with local people in the community here that make art and found out what we're doing and want to try it. And so you get those people to kind of come together and work.
I think it draws a certain type of person, people who love to be surrounded by beauty and the arts. And so there's always this new influx of people that are really exciting to me.
So it's kind of fun. Like I said, it's like kind of like a college campus, only for grown-ups.
You are here, you're with the artist, you're seeing this great work, you're able to actually go into their studios, their artistic homes, and you're able to say, I really like this piece, tell me about that. Why did you do that? What are you working with? Why are you here? That they're not afraid to answer those questions, and that's part of what they're seeking too, is to be in that conversation. So it's not a sort of closed door, I'll never gain access to that artist. It's an open door of, my gosh, I can experience that, and I can have them tell me why it exists, and that folds into their work, that they're actually fed by that.
And there is stuff going on in your brain. It's not dead all the time, and some kind of notions, and you want to continue with what you're doing. So in the process, you already, where is my next one coming from? So that there is already a desire to, as you can, and then it could be any of those things.
I go to France and this is what I photograph. So this is a store that's been closed and they have the white stuff smeared on the windows. So I'm looking into the store, but the window is reflecting the town behind me. Wow. But I like it because it's like a nice little Franz Klein there, nice little painting going on.
I try to make my space also an installation of sorts. It's to surround myself. So I almost feel like I'm in a piece of my own artwork. And everything is incredibly organized. It has to be, otherwise I'd never find anything.
The initial parts could be either an item that I made at some point and have it in my pile of available materials, or any kind of an odd-shaped piece of wood that I came across. See?
They're kind of my idea of a village, but they're double-sided, so you can make them all brown and somber, or you can have them all be very bright. And I don't know how I come up with it. Really, art for me is playing, and I have to do it all the time.
Putting things together in a way that are kind of fun, like, you know, I might say, does that work? No, that sinks too low, so I need to do something to raise it up. So I might throw that in there and then do that, and then, you know, so it's that constant trying things on.
This is worth 20 goats or one wife.
Wow, really?
There's 42 inches of steel in each one of these sections. I cheated and welded them together.
Having the incredible countryside as an inspiration and the quiet, the chance to get rid of all the other distractions, and then the relationship you develop with an audience in a place like this.
I think being outside, this is just, everything is an exhibit, everything is an artifact, everything is beautiful in its own right. And so to have people who do landscape art, and so they give you that, that picture or that lens that I'm like, oh, if I just took a little bit more time, I could do that. And that is somewhere I could get inspiration from and draw inspiration from. So you take that home with you, and I think you just, it's a kaleidoscope.
And now I return it with golden great sword, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no nay never, no nay never, no more will I play the wild rover, no never, no more.
So this rare wooden building was opened by Martin Hubbard in 1878 with the radical idea that if you wanted to have a community, if you wanted to have a thriving neighborhood and community, you needed an art center. Believe that or not.
I hear some music and I can just see things happening. And I just think, wow, I could have them do this, I could dress them like that, we could put together these steps, we could turn it into a great choreography. These guys inspire me.
They ascribe themselves here, and they're empowered here for being here. And their growth, and they forge their own direction. And when they leave here, they're empowered, they're galvanized. And they might even find a tangent they didn't even think they were gonna do. But they leave stronger.
Art is transformative in its being. It is the portal that opens our heart doors to all that is incandescent and impossible. It paints a universe full of honorable belonging. Art teaches our imaginations to be a divine and free-winged creature that welcomes us home.
You will have a great, restful, exciting, creative time here. And hopefully it feeds you in the rest of your life. That it becomes a time that you reach back to and go, I remember that experience. I remember that opera 5 feet away. I remember that dance that I saw. I remember the painting that I got to do with that world-class painter. I remember the glass blowing that I did. And I am that person. I am that person, as well as the person that is sort of running in your day-to-day life.